This is Daily Armenia, CivilNet's daily news digest. Here's what you need to know today. Armenia's government has started to renovate a bypass route to connect the flashpoint village of Kirants in the country's northwestern Tavush region with the rest of the country, as police continue to maintain a heavy presence around the village and restrict outside access. The road will meet international standards. It will be widened so that trucks can also pass. It will be ready in 2 months, Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan's chief of staff, Arayik Harutyunyan, wrote on Facebook yesterday. The road, which links Kirants with the nearby village of Acharkut, is currently unpaved. The renovated road is meant to replace a key bridge connecting Kirants with the rest of Armenia. That bridge is set to be ceded to Azerbaijan as part of a controversial border deal reached last month that has sparked ongoing protests. Kirants has emerged as one center for the demonstrations, since the village is expected to be among the most seriously impacted by the changes on the ground. To that end, police continued today to maintain a heavy presence around Kirants and restrict outside access to the village, after detaining at least 14 people yesterday who tried to enter the village to protest the border deal. Law enforcement briefly allowed Bagrat Galistanyan, the Tavush archbishop who has emerged as the protest leader, to enter Kirants to speak with residents, even while blocking all others, including reporters and opposition lawmakers. In related news, the protest movement, which has dubbed itself Tavush for the homeland, said on Facebook yesterday Kirants residents were now facing shortages of bread and other staples due to the police cordon. The Tavush governor's office quickly dismissed that as false. CivilNet has not been able to independently verify those claims. Meanwhile, Alen Simonyan, Armenia's parliament speaker and a close ally to Pashinyan, has sought to downplay the protest movement's ability to threaten the government, while defending demonstrators' right to voice their opinions. The political groups involved are the same as in past protests. We do not see anything new here. There is a clash of opinions here, and I do not see anything abnormal or unusual. This is a normal democratic process, Simonyan told a scrum of reporters today. The top diplomat of Armenia, the only South Caucasus country with an active nuclear power plant, has reiterated his country's commitment to international atomic safety standards and met with the head of the United Nations Nuclear Agency. Armenia reaffirms its unwavering commitment to and full compliance with international safeguards agreements. Armenia fully implements its international obligations. Foreign Minister Ararat Mirzoyan told delegates from more than 130 countries at this year's International Conference on Nuclear Security in Vienna. On the sidelines, Mirzoyan met one-on-one with Rafael Grossi, the head of the International Atomic Energy Agency, who shortly after tweeted out his support for Armenia's nuclear program, including efforts to enhance nuclear safety and security. Metsamor, Armenia's sole nuclear power plant, was initially due to be shut down in 2017, but its lifespan has been repeatedly extended. Last December, the Armenian government inked a $65 million modernization and renovation deal with Russia's state-run atomic energy company to keep the Soviet-era facility running until 2036. Just weeks before that, Grossi said his agency had confirmed Metsamor meets international safety standards, pushing back against repeated objections by Azerbaijan and Turkey to the plan's continued operation. Metsamor plays a crucial role in Armenia's energy sector, meeting about 30% of the country's domestic energy needs. To that end, Pashinyan told officials at the inaugural Nuclear Energy Summit in Brussels in March that nuclear energy helps Armenia implement actions defined by the Paris Agreement, referring to the landmark 2015 treaty that aims to limit global greenhouse gas emissions. In other news, Pashinyan welcomed the deputy director of the U.S. Central Intelligence Agency here in Yerevan today for talks, while Armen Grigoryan, the head of Armenia's Security Council, traveled today to Doha to meet with the Qatari leader's national security advisor. Detailed readouts of those discussions were not made available. Grigoryan sat down with us yesterday for a lengthy and wide-ranging English-language interview to discuss his agency's efforts to diversify Armenia's security relations following the 2020 Nagorno-Karabakh war. You can find the full discussion up now on our website or through the link in the video description below. You can also check out our latest interview with Nubar Afeyan, the co-founder of Moderna and the Aurora Humanitarian Initiative, who joined us this week to discuss his humanitarian work in Armenia, the detention of philanthropist Ruben Vartanyan in Azerbaijan, and what the diaspora misunderstands about Armenia. You can find the full conversation up now on our website or through the link in the video description below. And finally, the CivilNet number of the day is 2,000. That's the number of international visitors Armenia is expecting to welcome in October for this year's World Congress on Innovation and Technology, which awarded the country hosting rights this week. It will be Armenia's second time hosting the event, which bills itself as one of the largest and most influential annual gatherings of its kind. And as always, please follow CivilNet for the latest news and independent reporting from our contributors on the ground here in Armenia.